Hey there, English speakers. Jesse here. I'm an MMA fan. That stands for Mixed Martial Arts. This is a sport, and the biggest league in the sport is the UFC. You may have heard the letters UFC, but maybe you haven't heard the name MMA. Well, MMA is the sport, and the UFC is a league. It's the biggest league. And in these lessons, I want to teach you vocabulary and phrases related to fighting and related to, well, sports in general, but specifically fighting and mixed martial arts. If you're an MMA fan, maybe you've heard some of these terms before or have read them in articles reporting about the sport, and I want to break down some specific technical terminology that will be useful if you are a fan. In today's lesson, I want to teach you these vocabulary words. Take a look at them, and when we talk about the lesson, I'm going to break down these vocabulary words in context, what they mean, and when you may hear them or see them in context. This weekend, July 9th, 2016, will be the biggest card in UFC history. Its main event was scheduled to be champion Daniel Cormier defending his title against interim champion and former champion Jon Bones Jones, who never lost his championship in the cage. It was stripped of him because he was suspended. However, Jon Jones will not be fighting this Saturday. He was pulled from the card because he was popped for a banned substance. Pulled from the card means he's no longer on the card. He got his name taken off of the card, and he's not allowed to fight because he was popped for a banned substance. To be popped for a substance, to be popped for something, is kind of a slang term. It means he was caught using something. And a banned substance just means something that he took in his body that is classified to be banned and is not allowed to be used by fighters in competition. But anyway, Jon Jones was pulled from the card. He was removed from the card. Pulled means removed. And he will be replaced by Anderson the Spider Silva. Anderson Silva was and is one of the greatest fighters of all time. We call him and Jon Jones, we can refer to them as GOATs. G-O-A-T. This is an acronym if you see it in print, or you see it in tweets, or sometimes verbally. It refers to the greatest of all time. If you see the term GOAT and you see someone referred to as a GOAT, it means the greatest of all time. So, Jon Jones, one of the greatest of all time, it will be replaced by Anderson Silva, another man who has been known as the greatest of all time. Normally, Anderson Silva fights at the weight class under Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones, but he will be moving up to 205 pounds, light heavyweight. This is a late replacement fight. That means it was put together very quickly and very close to the fight. Normally, fighters are given 6, 8, 12 weeks notice before their fight so they can prepare for those 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks or more. They normally go into what's called training camps, where they focus on one opponent and they get their conditioning strong and they build a good game plan. Anderson Silva is coming on late notice. He's coming on short notice, which means he doesn't have that much time to prepare. This will be interesting. Jon Jones was the interim light heavyweight champion. Another fight that will be fought for an interim title is Frankie Edgar against Jose Aldo. This fight is for the interim title because the champion at 145 pounds is Conor McGregor, but he moved up in weight for a short time. So Frankie Edgar and Jose Aldo will be fighting for the interim title. The interim championship or the interim title just simply means it's a title, it's a championship, but it's not the championship. The championship is not available at the moment, and it hasn't been for a while. So therefore, the two best available competitors will be fighting for the title until the champion can return to defend his title. Many will argue that even though this fight has the label interim on it, it is the two best featherweights available fighting. So this is known as, by many, to be the real featherweight championship. I'm pumped for UFC 200. How about you? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you want me to continue these MMA-based lessons, because I want to teach you real-life English for what interests you. If you have any other questions, write them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.